Hello everyone. I'm just going to leave an awkward pause there, just to leave people waiting. This is Crossover Catchup, which you know if you looked at the title of the video. And I am joined here today by, I don't even remember their names, they're not that important. Say hello.
Hello, I'm not important.
You are important. Sorry.
I have been foiled once again. And yeah, this is crossover catch-up. It does not come in mustard. We have not gotten that far yet. Our corporatocracy has been pretty dwindling, actually. Not enough people have been liking our videos. Our revenue will surely not survive the winter.
Look, I don't believe in matchup mustard, okay?
That sounds blasphemous.
You're a blasphemous.
I'm Full Metal Alchemist.
The Alchemist?
Alright, what are we starting with today?
So, when it comes to,
Well, come on.
the thing. Yeah, we got the thing, The thing.
Alright, well, it's news now then.
Yep, the thing. I will refer to every segment as the thing to annoy people who have decided that this was their first episode. So,
No one asked for your opinion.
yeah. You know what? I'm here to give it anyway.
Yeah, anyways, news
So-
now.
Alright, so
Hyper ignore and
let's start
speak.
with the
Sure.
This is okay. I was up, and he's still on. I
No.
left. I left the Fortnite thing so I could actually focus, but you're still there, Hyper.
I'm not even on. What are you talking about?
Okay.
What
Anyway,
really people
the
come here
big-
for is the Fortnite drama.
Yeah.
So, big thing first. Smash Bracket has announced that it is going to wrap up as a channel in the very near future. They have given us a bit of an update as to why some things have taken longer than expected, and to expect the channel to wrap up very soon.
Yeah. The last animation I believe they'll drop is Mario versus Mega Man again. And from the looks of it, it looks really good. And they're also gonna do a bit more like, I think like audio dramas as well, for certain episodes that just couldn't be like animated, but they'll have like audio dramas on them at the very least.
There's a good bit of background noise for you, Hyper.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Well, now I don't hear anything.
Background noise suppressed.
Wapow.
Okay, so Smash Bracket. I know that people have had opinions on it, especially in the inner circle. It was embarrassing to see sometimes how angry people got on the show for just trying to do its own thing. But now that it's wrapping up, I'm thinking like, wow, there are many versus shows out there. And even in reference to Death Battle, I feel like Smash Bracket is one of the most passionate ones that we have had. Where above all else, he just wanted to have fun with it. So,
Can I
So,
ask you
to
to
give context-
hold on? Can I ask you to who Bayonnote is?
Hyper, was that you? That was you, Hyper. That was you.
That was you.
I did not even touch the doc. That was you. I said things verbally. You wrote them down. That was set up. Anyway, to give context as to why it's even ending to begin with, Ink Thinks has announced a while ago that he has had. I'm just going to say issues. I do not want to elaborate for the sensitivity of the subject. And for his mental health, he wants to end things so that he can focus on his personal life. And as a result, Smash Bracket and his sister show, Crossover Coliseum, are going to be wrapping up in the very near future, which we've already addressed. But this is not something that was done because people hated the show or done because it didn't meet any goal that it was supposed to. This was purely done for the sake of mental health, which is very, very important. And we want to be able to wish Ink Thinks a good retirement.
Yeah, I agree. I hope he's well. I hope his mental health starts getting better. Really, there's nothing more I can do but hope things go well. But yeah,
Same here.
Smash Bracket is fun. That is the best way to describe it. Smash Bracket as a show is fun, and it did what it needed to do. It didn't need to be the next death battle. Nothing needs to be the next death battle.
unless Death Battle doesn't continue, in which case whatever the crew do next should be the next Death Battle.
Every versus show should strive to be its own thing, and I think Smash Bracket was able to stand out in every way it could. So
No,
to remember this show.
It's simply absurd. They will say that Sonic is not universal, and they will get hated on, and then I will say that a table is universal, and I will not be hated on. What's up with that? That seems a bit unfair.
So this is going to veer us a bit off course, but what is your favorite Smash Bracket episode? I do want to be able that sentence starting to wrap up.
Let me rewatch
Ness
them
vs.
all,
Red.
and then I'll get back to you on that.
Ness vs. Red. I haven't seen all of them, but out of all the ones I was interested in checking out, Ness Red has really stood out to me just because it was like, well, the first and only accurate depiction of Ness I've seen in a versus animation. That was just really cool.
Yeah. Ness versus Red is the one that sticks out to me the most as well. I was not expecting it to be as long as it was. Like, there was so much going on. It was a really fun one. And like the fight with just Espeon felt like the length of a death battle in of itself, and that's just how it started. That's what really grabbed my attention, the length of it all, the pacing. They really wanted this episode to be able to stand on its own two legs, get its own identity. I loved the atmosphere for it, and the depiction of Ness, I think, is the highlight. Another one I want to highlight is the Sonics versus Fox rematch. Even as some people think there's some sketchiness surrounding the research, I love the animation that went with it. The use of environments is what really gets to me. I love amusement park settings in the versus animation, and the way Sonic versus Fox was able to use it was amazing. I loved that so much. Nemesis, you said you needed to watch more to get a solid opinion, but of the ones you have seen,
No, I
which
said
one
I'm
do
going
you
to rewatch them all.
recommend?
No, it's right
Okay.
now. It's been a bit. It's been a bit since I watched it.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would ask what everyone's favorite Crossover Coliseum episode is, but I feel like unanimously it's Iroh versus.
Yeah, right. That one's such a like that's
Yeah,
like the
Iroh
best
versus Zuko.
Avatar animation ever.
Okay,
I
Hyper,
think that's just one of my-
please give it an accolade that actually means something.
It is one of my favorite versus animations ever, and it's not even finished. It
Yeah.
is something that I hope to see finished so badly. But that is like the mother of all passing projects and verses, and I am including Death Battle in this conversation. Although I don't think we should really measure people's passion. But I just wanted to give a frame of reference for those who haven't seen it yet. Despite being mostly just storyboards, there's details I feel like I'm picking up every time I rewatch it. Sorry if I sound monotone, I'm not taking anything. I just have to keep my voice down. It is a quiet night here at my place, and I do not want to disturb my folks. So, someone else will have to be loud and rowdy for the place.
That went well.
Yes. Iroh versus Uwe, I think. I would recommend watching that. That is the takeaway from this podcast. To watch Iroh versus Uwe right now. If you've already seen it, watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
There are franchises that I could show to people, but it would not be as easy to sell you on a franchise as it would be to sell you on this single fight. This single set of storyboards. I really wish I could put into words how amazing this one was. And it really is a testament to how passionate the team was to their work. And I hope wherever that work lands them in the future, they can carry that love for the medium with them. That's something I'm hoping for. Like, Smash Bracket as a series is going to end, but as long as the team behind it is able to put their creative work into other places, then I think Smash Bracket it already succeeded, but it will have succeeded even more if it's able to take that passion into other work and just make the versus scene a better place for it.
It's got way more in depth than I thought. Let's just move. Do you want to just move on to the next segment?
Yeah, all right.
Versus Void. Alrighty. There's a lot in music, and we're just gonna say that now. So let's just lump the 2 episodes for each of these channels. So Mando versus Courier and Doomsday versus SCP-682 for fan battle. Those 2 episodes.
These are incredibly popular matchups in the inner circles in particular. So seeing them get an episode in a versus show is pretty exciting, I think. Especially fan battle. I'm glad people recommended this one. It's surprising how much this versus show holds up on its own 2 legs.
Yeah. Most of it just being most of it is being voiced definitely helps. I mean, obviously helps them for with what they're working with, but I like it. Actually, the Mando versus Kuro one in particular, that one had I wouldn't say animation, but little art pieces to showcase some of the events that happened in the episode that I really liked.
I saw Origin make a little setup preview on his own. I'm not sure if that made it to the episode or not, but that setup little preview was so well done, which is standard for Origin.
Yeah.
But the puppet rigging, dude, how does he do that? How? I will drain his skill and claim it for my own, like I'm an antagonist from Space Jam. You are to take this stat very seriously.
I don't even take you seriously sometimes.
Sometimes, you're growing soft. You're growing vulnerable, even.
Your mother.
Your father. Anyway, Smash Bracket. Smash Bracket also has 2 episodes. One is an animation, completely hand-drawn animation by Trey Tunes, for me versus Inkling.
No,
that
it's not
one,
you. You aren't in there. It's the me brawler.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, wait. Oh, my mistake. Just Mando vs. Courier, the Doomsday SCP one was months ago. Might be. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. But it's mainly because I checked it out and I had the impression that I thought it was recent for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know either. The other Smash
yeah,
bracket doesn't
mainly
have an
meant it-
animation. It is, I believe, the first audio drama that they put out for Sora versus Bayonetta.
For sure.
I get it. I understand. I know. I misspelled it.
I'm glad you understand because
Yeah.
I don't.
And you know me, I am the Kingdom Hearts guy. I
Mhm.
fucking love Sora.
Yeah.
He has more to live for than I do.
He's
And
not real.
that he's real to me.
No,
Now, that
that's your
audio
problem.
drama, the audio drama was nice. I really did like it. Especially more since Sora won. Ah, damn it! I did that thing where we spoiled the fight again. Whoops.
Oopsie daisy.
Unfortunate. And obviously, I like Sora. I like the audio drama, but I do think the MVP here is me Brawler versus Inkling. Just being entirely hand drawn and
just saying that because it's
stylized the way it
animated.
is. I'm saying that because Trey Tunes is a cool guy.
Well, no one's disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was waiting for another rebuttal. Came.
Not everything needs
Why?
to be
Were you
rebutted.
expecting one from?
We're expecting one of us to say, nah, fuck him. As if we don't share a server with him. Maybe multiple, I haven't checked,
Fuck.
actually.
Fuck him, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a chance
Alright,
he's
but,
watching this, and then that would make us look bad.
Yep. Jokes aside, I do love that animation. I like the energy it brought to it. Matt's design especially catches my eye.
It's
I like
so.
that. I
Huh?
like that. I like that it took place on Woohoo Island.
Yeah. No, I was not expecting it to be this gas for freaking Matt Wii Sports.
You weren't?
Well, then you should. Yeah, that's your problem, dude. It's bad.
Yeah,
Wii
that's on
Sports.
you. That's on you, mate. Trying to
Yeah,
drag,
actually, no,
trying
you're right,
to
it is
drag
on
Matt into the mud because of your limited scope of imagination. Shame on you.
You fucking loser.
Oh, did he just?
I'm-
Did we just kill him? Okay, no.
I'm kind of sad though that they don't have the explanations anymore because I'm really curious to see what the hell the reason was for him winning.
Well, he's a grown adult, and the Inkling's
well-
a kid. Just punches her.
Yeah.
Mm. You know, honestly, yeah, that makes sense.
Also, it's Matt. He has a skill level of 1,000 in every sport he's a part of.
Or really just boxing, but no one ever needs to know that. No one needs to check for themselves.
I mean, that's the most dangerous one from a versus context.
I mean,
knows how to kill a man.
we got plenty of Mario Tennis. You don't see much Mario boxing, do you? If boxing was
you
the
did
most
in the
dangerous.
Olympics.
Yeah, but that's only in a handful of them, and also no one cares.
I care. I saw that one clip. of
Mario
Dr.
Tennis
Eggman's
began as an
con-
RPG, you motherfucker. It's a big deal. And also really strange.
Okay. I'm trying to process that information, and I feel like I've known it already,
You should.
but having it repeated to me.
Again, it's not my fault
That
if
is
someone
that
else
is weird.
is Gumball.
It's not my fault if someone else is me.
That is technically true, but you should still take responsibility.
I deny responsibility. I am not a responsible person.
Well, I deny you, so I guess that's fair.
This is how I get ridden out of the show.
I mean, you're the one who said jokes aside. I was worried I'd be the only host left.
All right, you didn't have to throw it straight at Hyper like that. At least, like I'm used to this dynamic. What did he do?
He hasn't said anything. Are you still here, Hyper?
No.
Oh, he's gone. That's a shame. I mean, he said no.
Yes.
Oh, he just said yes. That means he's back.
Oh, damn. I guess I did.
If he just kept saying
might
no,
be
I would have
opposite.
believed him. It was really that simple.
Yeah, if he just kept saying it, you know.
It was interesting listening to you try to form an English sentence for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, are we heading into music moment then?
Yep. Have been a lot of music moments in these past 2 weeks.
But we're going to start with the Death Battle remasters because they're the most important ones. Brandon's put out a few more. He's put out Diabolical Invincible Me, Princess of Pride, Dragon Dance, and Hedge of Tomorrow.
Hedge of Tomorrow in particular changed a lot.
Yeah, so according to Yates, the version of Hedge of Tomorrow that we knew as a track for so long was unfinished because the process to make that track was done on
The
very
mixing,
short
specifically
time.
the mixing specifically. Yeah, specifically the mixing portion of it. Like, you can actually hear him now in this version. I couldn't even tell that in the original.
I could,
Yeah,
but
a lot of-
it's better now. You used to have bad ears.
Well, listen, I've had 7 ear surgeries. Hyper's just stupid. I have an excuse, he does not.
Oh, okay, you're worried about Hyper catching strays, and now you're here shooting him directly.
Wow.
Listen, and it's the Batman Joker dynamic. If anyone's gonna fuck with him, it's gonna be me.
No,
I'm pretty sure both of you are clowns. This should just be the Joker dynamic.
You look familiar, as do you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Jack Nicholson and I'm the Heath Ledger.
You're Jared Leto.
I knew that was coming.
Okay, that's-
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I could have easily said that, but I didn't, and you did.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah, that's a hit on Hyper, but it's a bigger hit back on you for just the limited scope of your personality.
Listen, I am the Joker. There is no lengths I will go to not make a joke.
You're barely half of a jonkler, let alone a full Joker.
You just called us both Jokers, which isn't Nemesis.
I take it back, I've been corrected. I underestimated the limitations of your mind.
I will push you into a passive acid.
Yeah, I've underestimated the limitations of your mind. That is not very creative.
2 vats of acid.
See, now there's just one for yourself too.
Yes, this is where I take baths regularly. As a versus debater, I have to make sure that I am very moisturized. So
Now let's talk about some of these commission tracks as well. The first one listed here, now I've not listened to all of these because I've been very fucking busy, is Green with Fear, which is Luigi, the guy who beat up FNAF that one time, versus Shaggy from Star Wars The Clone Wars, the original series.
I thought it was the one that's saying it wasn't me. Thanks for the clarification. But I love this one. This has quickly become one of my favorite of the Mario variety. Because I'm probably the only one who gets this impression. It feels like it has a lot of a Mario and Luigi vibe to it. The
Yeah,
RPG
this
series.
is one of the ones I've not listened to yet. Don't you... Ezio just tried to jump off my table.
Well, don't do that.
He can't hear you.
Oh, well, then tell him for me. Don't do that. Unless he's
Ezio,
a
don't do
rebel.
that. You understand me?
Okay.
I can't say it in Italian, so I gotta say it in English. Do you understand me? He's not moving. I think he's scared.
I think a little bit of discipline might have traumatized him.
He
But
is,
yeah, Mario
he
and
is doing a
Luigi.
weird pose. Yeah, I've not played the Mario and Luigi games, so I couldn't really verify or shoot that notion down. So you're free to go.
I highly recommend it. Do you have any of the online passes on your Switch?
Fucking, I'd have to check.
If you have access to the Game Boy One, Superstar Saga's on there, and that is a quick and easy game to get into.
Yeah, okay.
They're like a gateway RPG, I want to say.
I could
they're-
fucking guarantee you I don't need that, but
Well,
I will give
know,
go. But I have plenty to
Yeah,
play, and
I was
plenty of
just-
them are already fucking RPGs. I got 3 Tales of games that I've not even begin to touch.
And so I praise all this, although personally I do not think there's much of a Scooby-Doo influence on this one, and if there is, it's not easy to detect.
I think that accurately reflects the matchup. It's very much a Luigi matchup, but I don't really get anything out of this for Shaggy, honestly. I'm not feeling Shaggy here.
Unironically, I think Matt Wii Sports versus Shaggy actually gives us more Shaggy stuff, so because you can tap into the weirder side of the Scooby-Doo history organically without having to just forcefully rely it on the meme.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those weird people who play the matchup straight and try to look at the canonical power levels of them both based on the composite versions of themselves that they have had across history. I think it's a fun matchup if you analyze it that way, but this is about Luigi and Shaggy. And Shaggy just doesn't get to do much here, but this is about the track, and I like the track a lot.
I really like the artwork.
I also like Carry 1000 Deaths, which is
Yes.
Akuma versus Azrael.
Carry
from
1000
Blaze
Deaths
Blue.
is fantastic, especially for a matchup like Akuma versus Azrael, which is very much a matchup that is all flair, no substance, and I think that this track is all substance, all flair. So, it's a great track.
It's got so much punch. It's got so much punch and energy to it. I love it.
If you were to tell me that a Akuma matchup was like mostly dubstep, I would not believe you, but now it is here, and I really like it. I think, ironically enough, that fits modern Street Fighter style because it feels
Yeah, it does.
like it's in this techno dubstep phase, which you would not expect if you were like a fan of Street Fighter way back when.
But like you play Street Fighter 6 and you understand the influences a lot more. I want to say honestly, like I want to say modern, but like my boomer ass is gonna be wrong.
Are you trying to reference Street Fighter 4?
No one asked you. Akuma Azrael, what a weird matchup. I completely understand everything about it, and yet I also don't understand anything about it at the same time. But it made for a really good track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny for me. So I played the hell out of Cross Tag, right?
Yeah.
Azrael is the test dummy. If you like go into like the tactics mode and you practice your combos on characters, Azrael is the test dummy. And that's a very much intentional choice, I feel.
Azrael's the only reason Azrael exists, to my knowledge, is because they realized that there weren't enough fights in the Blaze Blue story. Because you know how the Blaze Blue story is. It's like a novel, and sometimes you pause for gameplay. And they realized there weren't enough fights, so the solution was to add in a character who only exists for the purpose of walking in when people are getting bored and being willing to fight literally any character who happens to be the main focus, being able to be beaten, which is because he holds back so much, and then being able to leave without any real impact on the storyline whatsoever. He exists solely for the narrative purpose of giving you, the player, something to do.
And you know what? That holds true in Cross Tag as well. There's so many times where Azrael just shows up so that you can fight now.
Yeah, that's all he is. And I love him.
And you know what?
I love Azrael so much. He is such a blunt, brainless character in a series like Blaze Blue. No powers. He is just immune to everyone's powers, and that's his whole bit. Your powers don't work. Hit me hard.
I respect a man who's able to just do his job as listed.
If you ever wondered why Azrael versus Saitama used to be a thing, that is why. Because he just shows up, does a fight, gone. No narrative purpose beyond that. He always holding back, always wanting good fight. Yeah.
Respect.
And he has a really cool astral finish.
I I think I know what it is.
It's the one where he like pounds you into the ground, and then he grabs the ground and throws the ground into the air, and then the meteor falls back on top of him, and then he punches it, and you die.
Yeah, no, that's the one I remember. It's
in a world full of like Hakumens, Nine the Phantoms, and Ragnar the Blood Edge, we just need a guy who says fuck all that and he punches you.
Speaking of Nine, I think it's really funny that her astral finish is like 1 billion meteors, yet it has so much less impact than Kokonoe's single meteor. That's really funny to me.
This matchup is especially funnier when you take into account that Akuma will not hesitate to break into other franchises to fight people.
Yeah, I feel like it would be very apt for this whole fight to literally just be Akuma shows up in BlazBlue, he's looking for a fight, and then Azrael just walks up and says he's also looking for a fight. There you go. They both just showed up in this area looking for a fight. They are both only here for you to watch a fight.
Akuma, like Ragnar's minding his own business, and he's like, Ragnar, not again, I told you I'm not in the mood. Why? And then Akuma shows up. Here, fight him. Fuck this. I'm leaving.
No, Akuma just raging demons Ragnar from off screen, and Ragnar's on the floor. Because, you know, Ragnar's always got to get his ass beat somehow. The only character I can think of that jobs harder than Ragnar is fucking Worf from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
It's funny because after getting the BlazBlue, the funny twist on Ragnar's character is that he's just a guy.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. He's got such an elaborate design that would make you think he's such a massive edgelord. But, like, it's a subversive design because he's the most normal guy around.
He is the only normal guy around. And this does not change when you throw in Ruby Persona 4 and they're like, no, he is still the only normal character.
No, I think when you throw in Under Night, Hyde is honestly the guy that I think would vibe the most, like, logically should vibe the most with Ragnar, because Hyde is really just a guy stuck in the most ridiculous of scenarios. The other two, though, I don't think anyone in those two is normal. There's like 6-7 franchises in Cross Tag, and between them all, there's one character that could probably hold a normal conversation with Ragnar. And that's fantastic.
And it's Toru Adachi, right?
He could try.
Adachi and Blitztank.
Blitztank could not try. Blitztank is insane. There is no humanity left in that poor bastard.
Akatsuki, I feel like is too old-fashioned.
No, the thing with Akatsuki is that his entire storyline amounts to, I want to do something, and someone shows up and they say, I want your engine, and he goes, can you fuck off? And they say no, and then he punches them and they fuck off. That's pretty much Akatsuki's entire storyline. He wants to just do his thing, and then some bastard shows up and wants to take his engine, and he tells him to piss off, and that's the story. It's great, but you know.
Alright, we've rambled on a lot. What's the next one?
Final arc, Shadow the Hot Dog versus Vincent Valentine. Oh, that is a matchup.
This
Red likes it.
Yeah, it gets the Red Runner seal of quality.
It does not get my seal of quality, though.
It goes from music moment to a Michael moment.
Yeah, this was like a moment, and I tried listening to it. I tried getting into it, but I think it's one of those like simple loop tracks, and I can't really vibe with those just normally.
I have not listened to this one. I will have to write what to do.
It is going to be what you expect. That is all I can really say.
Alright. I mean, I was talking about the matchup. I don't know how Red Runner feels about the track. I just know that he likes the matchup.
No, I was saying, like, if
makes
you
him
know
go,
the
ooh,
matchup,
oh, oh,
you probably
stuff.
gotta...
He goes, yay,
If you know...
it's a Vincent, and he's Valentining on a Shadow.
But yeah, if you if you know the matchup, you got a good idea of what the track sounds like.
Alright, we move on to We Are Number One.
This
Bet you
is
never heard
my
anyone say
favorite
it like
track in
that.
the batch somehow.
It's
This is my
Waluigi
favorite track of the
versus
Wow.
Rubble Rotten. It is the battle of two characters from Super Smash Bros. And Wacky Races.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you said that intentionally, not realizing that that is incorrect. I do not know your layers of irony quite yet.
Well, we move on to President Slay, which is Lex Luthor versus Funny Valentine.
Let us.
I have no strong
let us
opinion
not, 'cause
on Funny Valentine whatsoever. But this looks like
you
it's
are
exactly
just-
the
you are
same
just flat
matchup.
out skipping my favorite.
It looks
track
like
of the-
exactly the same matchup as Funny Valentine versus Senator Armstrong, except instead of Valentine instantly winning, it's the other guy instantly wins. So, you know, I don't think that solves the main problem. It's still just an instantaneous win. It just now it goes the other direction.
You are just you guys are just flat out skipping my favorite track in the batch. This is like actually insulting.
All right, and the next one is Thawing the Hearts.
This one I
by-
actually have listened to. And I think it's
Yeah,
really
that's what I
amusing
listened
that the ones I've listened to have been Carry 1,000 Deaths, Fangs of Cerberus, Painful Punishment, and Thawing Hearts, and they're all very techno. That's interesting.
It really
I think
puts on the sauce on this one, probably because it's ReZero.
that is this thing.
Yeah, no,
it is
Yeah,
Amelia versus
Yates flat
Cooler
out.
Diamond.
Yates flat out said, "Oh, this was supposed to be a normal one, but then I saw it was a ReZero track and insert neuron activation."
I really want to see what happens if someone commissions a Mass Effect versus ReZero track. I don't know if that's happened yet, but I want to know what
Once you
happens.
get on that.
That would be great. Let's get it done. Let's do Subaru versus Shepard. Let's just see what happens. Oh, no. The fucking whale versus the big worm from Mass Effect 3. God, what was her name?
Oh god.
Her name was escaping me.
Worm.
It was a great moment in the game. I think it's like one of the first time you really take out the big fuckheads. I'm gonna check her name. Mass
Okay.
3. I'm gonna kick myself when I see it. That's not what I typed in. That is just objectively not what I typed in. That is brilliantly unhelpful. That is beautifully unhelpful. That is absolutely wonderfully useless. That is the most useless Google search I think that could have possibly come about.
Top 10 worst Google searches of all time.
Mass
Starring
Effect 3
Nemesis
Worm
Blood
Creature.
Drake. This was the only safe for work entry on this list.
The one thing you never want to do when you're on Google is to go on Google Images and then after you type something that seems completely normal, see that safe search is turned on.
Yeah, no. Literally. The funniest one for me is when I looked up the girl Car from Cars.
Oh
And then I
no.
just see Cersei. There is one other character I found this out with, King DDD.
No, that one's funny though.
That one's so good. That one is hilarious.
Certainly stunning.
Anyway,
Alright,
y'all tried to skip.
I couldn't find it. Let's go to Painful Punishment. That is Maximilian
Alright.
Pain. Oh no, on the matter of Thawing Hearts, go back for a second.
Pain.
I do really like the bit of vocalization that happens. That was really nice. Anyway, yes, Maximilian Pain
Yeah.
versus the Punisher. Honestly, a matchup that I think makes a lot of sense. I'm not opposed to it in general. Even though it's like most Punisher matchups, just kind of he walks up and punches the guy and wins. But it's a good track. I like this one.
I think
Yeah.
John Wick. I think John Wick and Max Payne are each other's best at this point.
I can absolutely see that, yeah. I can see that one.
Although this one has its merits because Max Payne had a lot of a comic aesthetic.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to figure out what you want out of that matchup.
But yeah, I think it's quite a good track. I don't know how it would rank compared to the other Punisher track that I care about, but you know, I'd have to listen to both again and compare. But that's not really the point. And then the last one of note is Fangs of Cerberus. We can ignore the characters in the matchup because they both suck, but it is amusing how much this track is literally just a Max Effect track, but a really good one. A really, really good one. I'm completely fine with.
I've been told that Yates went unnecessarily hard on this matchup in particular out of spite.
I know the behind the scenes of this one. I'm not going to share them, but it's a really good track.
Look at the description.
I mean like stuff that I'm not sure how much he's said publicly. But I think it's a really good one. I'm really glad it has no Ruby influence whatsoever because Adam has no music and also is a nonce, so he doesn't deserve recognition. So
he's a dummy.
He's a nonce, and I mean, how can you be a domestic abuser and a child abuser at the same time? You don't want to know, but he managed it with the same person.
I mean, like. Bruce Banner's dad can do that pretty easily too.
Not with the same individual person.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know how old Bruce Banner's mum is. I don't know. There might be something behind the scenes that I do. The giant threshing ball's name is Calrose. I just remembered. It's Calrose. That's her name. Like,
alright, to harp on his point one last time, just to be funny. Comics really likes doing stuff with weird ages, so I cannot fully rule it out.
Cannot rule it out, but I can rule in that Adam Taurus is simultaneously a domestic abuser and a child abuser at the same time towards the same person.
And he has like 3 tracks now, 4.
People
one
really
with Blake.
People really like nonsense, I guess.
No, people really want him to die, so they spend hundreds of dollars to put him in music tracks.
Yeah, but then you're still giving him recognition. I don't even know if he loses this one. I have no idea where Kai Leng would even get. But, I mean, he probably loses. Kai Leng probably scales to, like, Shepard's city-level stuff, and probably faster. So, I guess Kai Leng just wins from that. But, you know, I'm not exactly dying to see Kai Leng win either. He is the lamest. The only reason he's not the actual least interesting thing about this matchup is who he's fighting against. Kai Leng sucks. And so the fact that he's got such a hard track is really funny. It's really funny. It really does feel like this is a track for how cool Kai Leng is meant to come across to you, but not how cool he actually comes across to you. This track is what plays in his head when he's fighting you. When in your head, what's playing is like some completely mediocre Mozart piece that no one could remember off the top of their head.
I like this analogy. It is a funny analogy.
I am amused by the fact that the swords are broken in the artwork, because both of their swords do fucking break. That is amusing to me. I like that a lot, actually.
How did Adam get a track against Reno Kumura again? I'm trying to remember the connections there.
Don't fucking, because they're half human, half not. Even though Adam is really not that at all. He's a Faunus, which is not human at all, but like in practice, Faunus are half animal, half human. So, and I guess like if you go from that perspective, Adam wanting to kill all humans is kind of like Ren trying to whack up all demons and shit, because he's a spiteful little asshole, and Adam is a spiteful big asshole, and he's gonna make humanity pay for what they've done. and I put slightly more spirit into that delivery than the actual voice actor did in RWBY Volume 5, so.
You know, like, maybe it's because I haven't watched it in a long time. Is Volume 5 that bad? I didn't
It's
have that
so
bad of an experience with it.
boring. You want to watch a volume where objectively nothing happens for most of it? Enjoy. Just enjoy. Because it is a whole volume of just them sitting around in a fucking
one?
house. Nothing happens.
Oh wait, you mean 5?
Yes, and Volume 5 Chapter 11 is my least favorite episode of the series, because it is one extended fight where every single shot has some kind of fantastical animation error. Some kind of continuity problem, characters vanishing, disappearing between shots, things just don't connect with each other. There's an attempt at like a seamless transition from one fight to another that involves a hard cut from a bullet to the same bullet but slightly closer. For no reason. Just, how do you fuck up that at all? Was it two different people animating those two segments and both looking at the same storyboard, not even talking? They just hate each other. Worst enemies. The coffee fan and the tea fan in the office just not wanting to work with each other, and that's just how it came out, and no one bothered to fucking go back and correct it.
Okay, we should probably move on.
This time could have been spent talking about Waluigi versus.
But yeah, I mean,
Rabbit
it's a good
before
track.
this
Fang the
episode
Cerberus is a
skipped
good
over.
track. Genuinely. I've not listened to Waluigi versus Robble Rotten, so I don't know how good it is. Maybe it's really good.
Yeah.
We can
I've
move
been
on
trying to
to.
talk about how good it is, but I've been trying to talk about how good it is. You've been skipping it this entire time.
No, we've only skipped it once.
Well, you're trying to do it again.
I never said that. Conjecture.
Yes, but your actions speak louder than your words.
Conjecture, this is conjecture, Your Honor.
Ad hominem.
And no one asked you, I'm talking to Hyper.
You can't win.
Yeah, I did try talking to Hyper. That didn't work. Alright, we can move on to Therewolf.
Okay.
It's transforming time.
Yeah, it's
No, honestly,
Optimus Prime versus something that's literally 10 times his size.
That doesn't stop Optimus versus Gundam, for the record.
Gundam is not 10
Is he
times
act-
Prime size.
No, he's not. Yeah.
Officially, Gundam is
seen
about 2 times Prime size. Unofficially, I think, based on how tall Prime generally is portrayed, Gundam is like 50% taller. Megazord is 100 meters tall.
Yeah.
There is a size gap, and then that makes the fact that Optimus is stronger and faster and better in every way and wins significantly funnier than it should be.
No, it's
Oh,
literally it's literally like that
It's
one
Tiger's-
Dante gif. It's like dog video, but it's freaking dog.
Yeah, the fucking savior punch, but it's just Optimus stopping the Megazord.
Yeah.
This is Epion versus White Tiger Sword.
No,
except
because
slightly
that-
less spiteful. Hopefully.
No, because this episode would actually, if Prime won, this episode would actually be correct. I'm pretty sure Epion should not have won that. I'm glad he did, but given the fact that he was portrayed so shittily as a character,
both times Tommy. So both times Tommy.
both times Tommy should have won. Both times.
That feels bad.
Now that is
that
admittedly
feels
only
so-
because they only used Kiryu, the weakest Mechagodzilla. So take that for what you will, but that's who they used. Tommy should have won without the Dragon Zord. He should have beat Epion without the Dragon Zord too, or without the Tiger Zord. But not important, because he's not the one that got portrayed terribly in either of those episodes.
You don't like how Mechagodzilla was portrayed?
There's Mechagodzilla does a lot of, and then this happens because this happened in the movie stuff. Like, there's no reason, for Akane to launch the backpack. Like, you know why she did that in the original film? It's because Godzilla destroyed the cannons on it, and it was no longer usable. So the only thing she could think to do with it was to launch it at him, because at that point that was all they could do. The guns were fine in the episode, so she only launches them because that's what happens in the movie. And that's really all the fight is a lot of, and then this happens because, and there's no real like thought put into the choreography as to like why one thing would lead to another. It's not a case of like he does this, so in response he does that, so in response she does that, so in response blah blah blah. It's a lot of just then he does that, then she does that, then he does that, then she does that, and a lot of it doesn't really flow with between it like moments. But like as characters, Tommy was fine. Tommy was fine from what I know of Tommy. I'm not an expert on Thomas, so maybe I'm wrong, but I want to say that he was. I want to say he was portrayed consistently between both episodes, so it has to be correct. But then I have seen Venom's episodes, so I know that's not necessarily true. But from what I know of Power Rangers' relatively shallow characterizations, that is pretty accurate. That's what he is. He's a cool guy, and everyone likes him, and that's his personality.
I wish I could so casually just drop bombs the way you do, man. You just say those statements so casually, knowing that hundreds of people, if they got a hold of you, would have done terrible things.
I am getting into Super Sentai. I'm not in the mood for no fucking Power Rangers right now. I'm not in the mood for the franchise that chose to begin itself with Zyuranger and then never adapt anything out of the Heisei era. Like, Heisei era is my favorite, but you have Showa era to adapt as well. You can put that in, and there's some Reiwa stuff now. But I mean, I guess in that regard, when have Tokusatsu franchises ever really cared about making the eras accurate? Because technically Shin Godzilla is a Heisei film, but no one wants to acknowledge that, even though like they always call it a Reiwa film, even though it came out 3 years before the Reiwa era began. But you know, we don't really acknowledge that. The only franchise that really sticks to the eras is actually fittingly Super Sentai, because with Godzilla they made up a whole era, and then there are several movies in the Reiwa era that in the Heisei era that are just considered Reiwa. Kamen Rider has 3 movies in the Heisei era that are just considered Showa because Ishinomori passed after Shin Kamen Rider Prologue, so Kuga was the first work without him. Ultraman has a few movies in the Heisei era that are generally.
This is the dangers of bringing up Toku around Nemesis, kids.
Okay, anyways,
he just doesn't shut up, man.
So anyway, I have not actually listened to any of the tracks that was put out, but this is the one I want to listen to the second most, because I'm sure it's really good. I'm sure it's really good. Therewolf cooks a lot. They both of these two do.
It's I kind of like the vibe of like I don't know if I don't know his name because that's dumb, but like I just kind of like the general idea of like Transformers with powers, mainly with just like the Megazords and all that. Has there been an official crossover event actually?
I don't believe so.
It sounds like it.
You know what's weird? Optimus has a combined form that is two Optimus Primes have combined forms that are very Megazord adjacent in appearance.
Okay.
One of them is G1 Optimus. Combined Wars Optimus has Optimus Maximus, who fucking horrible looking, but he does have multicolored limbs and bits and shit with a red body. And then Energon Optimus has his super mode, which is fucking stupid as well, but that one's charmingly stupid. A couple of them gonna give Energon points, but it's charmingly stupid for a guy to have a fire truck for an arm.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun, dude.
Literally,
Just,
okay,
like,
so
imagine you're in a fist fight and they just bust out the hose.
So this is how Energon Optimus Prime works. He's got his robot mode, and then he combines with 4 drones. Each drone can become either arm or either leg. There is a fire truck, a drill, a helicopter, and a submarine. Now you tell me what purpose there is to a submarine for an arm. But I will tell you that the drill arm is pretty cool.
A nasty. Alright, the submarine arm is for a nasty fucking uppercut, dude.
No, because he does. That's the only one that I can't imagine being good for, because it has a claw, not a fist. Fire truck and helicopter have fists, and drill is a fuck off drill, the size of a car.
Alright. Is this submarine arm owned by Ocean Gate?
No, it's owned by Optimus Prime.
Okay. Well, then we know it will. At least it won't implode on itself.
What's weird is that all of these like vehicles have lasers, but they don't like to use them very often once combined. And once Optimus gets the ability to combine with the pieces of another person, he just kind of does that the whole time. Just combines with Wing Saber.
I think he should combine with the Nation team up to, like,
I would be okay with that.
some big
I would be okay with a Power Rangers Transformers crossover. I just don't think it exists. Right now we're getting Power Rangers Godzilla 2. I still haven't checked if the new issues come out yet, when it should have come out last month. I don't know. I haven't checked yet, but I'm sure it's going to be good. I'm still hoping for Final Wars Controller X to show up.
Okay.
Alright,
Anyways,
next.
Endless Resolution. I don't know either of those two.
Hold on, let me look
Oh,
up
I
the
know
track.
that one of them is from Tokyo Revengers, which is famous for
Gross.
falling off, as I have seen.
Stinky. Don't like
I
it.
have never seen so many people publicly denounce an anime for falling off quite like Tokyo Revengers. I don't even know what it is. I just know that people fell off.
What the
of it
fuck
because
is
that's
what the
all
fuck
they
is
say.
Rokudo's Bad Girls? You wanna run that one by me one
Well,
more
it's
time?
hard-
What? This is a
It's hard-
matchup
it's hard to
between
give
two
it a-
characters that I do not know from two series I have not seen. I hate it because the track art is a handshake. So, actually, no, fuck this track. I'm sure it's good, but fuck this matchup. It's a handshake. They can go kill itself. I'm not sure how a handshake would do that, but it could always let go, and then the handshake would be dead.
I feel like there's so much lore to unpack here that you're just not.
All right, let's go with
elaborate
Snowfall
on.
of Humanity. This is the one I want to listen to the most.
And this is the one. This
God,
is the
actually,
one I have listened
I'm not even sure which one of these I want to listen to the most now that I'm really looking at them. But this one, like The Thing versus the Blob, that is a classic matchup. That is a fantastic. It is not the best for either, because The Thing has like several things that it could fight, and the Blob has the stuff, which I think is just a really funny matchup. But this is I want to listen to this track. I want to see how Therewolf handles it as well, because I know that Brandon can handle this sort of style well.
Alright, I think in terms of atmosphere, this one is probably the most atmospheric Therewolf track, period.
What a fucking surprise.
And then the ending will jump scare you, not in the
Awesome.
way you're expecting. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will say I love the artwork. It's basically a replication of the original, or not the original poster, the poster from the first remake, the good version of the movie, but it's being invaded by the Blob, and I think that's really cool. That's a really cool way to do the artwork.
No, I always
Yeah.
thought, so like, most movie monsters, most movie slashers, whatever, I don't find them scary at all. The Thing is fucking terrifying.
Well, it's not a slasher,
And I
is it?
think this...
The Thing is very good. I remember
Thing is
like
great.
seeing the original one and like the original practical effects, and it's like God. And I remember how, like in like I don't know if it was like a sequel or like some remake, but like they were gonna use practical effects too, and I saw like the behind the scenes of it, and it looked so good. But then they changed it to be CGI.
Yeah. Oh, fucking can't stand that. And it's not even just
so
the CGI itself is bad, it's lit bad. Because one thing if you watch the original, not the original, if you watch the first remake, what you will notice is that for how elaborate the effects are, there's a lot of it in the dark. It's shot in a way that really conveys the darkness of the area they're in. The only light is the light from the buildings, so for all the detail that's put in, most of it is very heavily obscured, and that makes it feel so real, like it's really there. Because to an extent it is, but you can, because it is a practical effect, but you can replicate that in CG. They just didn't fucking bother. Everything is lit like a fucking, like an SFM animation that someone just green screen keyed into the scene. It's lit completely differently to the environment. And like to an extent, I could see that being creepy for like a supernatural being, if you made it, or even like an alien that's not the Thing. If the whole point was that it just interacts with light differently, so it always looks out of place. But that don't work here, because the whole point of the Thing is that it fucking blends in.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I saw this it's not like that they're bad. It's just presented awfully.
Yeah.
It's just
Like I could see those effects being good if they were lit
Anyways,
properly. But all right, yeah. The next one is Love and Harmony, and who cares who the other person is? It's a Sunset Shimmer track. Let's go.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
Sunset
I
Shimmer.
I have very positive opinions about that.
Yeah, listen, I am seeing the two most extreme ends talking to each other right now. I'm not fucking worried.
Yeah, you can just be quiet. You don't know. This is gonna be fun. See, this like it contains like character who's a part of like my favorite one of all time, and the other is a series that I want nothing but hatred and vile disdain towards.
What did Ponies
So yeah,
ever
this
do
is
to
very
you?
fun.
What did Ponies ever do to you? The show itself, not people. Because I can imagine what the people have done. The show itself. Go on, tell me.
I haven't seen it, nor do I care.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just hate the fan base.
Yeah, that is completely acceptable.
Yeah.
There
Don't
was-
care
there
for
was-
the matchup at all.
There was literally no disagree. Like Gumball was setting this up like it was like going to be this great clash, and no, it was literally just yeah, that's completely fucking fair. I accept that opinion.
Yeah. Exactly.
No,
there you go.
I wasn't setting up any confrontation. I was just.
Then again, I also
establishing-
agree. I do not care about this
What-
matchup at all. I like
Yeah.
Sunset a lot.
I like.
Kara seems cool. I like the concept behind Kara. If that's how it's
Kara
who cares?
is
But
very. Yeah. Kara is very. Yeah, they're a very interesting character because like I know there's a lot of debate on like their morality and who and what their intentions are, but like obviously generally they're like not really like a bad person. It's just that you see them at their worst.
yeah,
Because of just like the circumstances, because it's vague, a lot with a lot of Undertale's more prominent story paths, because they come to the underground and they're like very much hate it and they didn't like it and they wanted to take vengeance back, but if you like go on but they don't really come back in any meaningful way and they just sort of like rest in peace if you just do want to pass this route and they're like never brought up again. But if you bring them back like through the No Mercy route, they're because they want to like use that power to take vengeance on what happened to them. And you know, sort of like God, it has been such a while. I'm probably describing it wrong, but basically in the No Mercy route they're at their worst through the actions you do and they take control from there.
yeah.
I don't believe that they were always a bad person, but that's just how they're popularized, unfortunately.
I have no real opinion on like I don't really like the matchup because like to me everything you described does not sound like what I care for in a Sunset matchup, and I'm also not really sure how this is going to work as a fight. I'm sure the track's good though. I need to listen to it, but yeah. I just saw a comment saying that Kara wins because if they scale to Frisk, they can dodge lasers and survive having stars thrown at them. Hyper. Where is this light
yeah,
speed
sure.
star tanking Frisk scaling? I've never heard this.
I get Azrael. It's because they throw like star attacks, but like they just
contained
look like stars.
contained entirely within the underground.
Yeah, within the
Although-
underground.
Yeah, like I'm like
Yeah,
of course.
within the underground.
Yeah, they've.
I mean, I know
the
there's like an enemy that has.
the people of the underground have never seen the sun before, but what they have seen is stars.
Mm-hmm. But like, I don't
Well,
know nor care to debate about MLP stuff because I'd rather have the hives than debate MLP again. But I'm just gonna say Kara wins because I like them more. There you go.
I'm gonna say Kara wins because I don't think Sunset can fucking kill them. Just outright. What? Like ignoring
I think
stats.
Sunset wins because Kara's already dead.
Like I'm saying this like completely ignoring stats, which is the ass of MLP debating, especially when Sunset scales to the highest stuff. So fuck it. I don't think Sunset can kill Kara, because Kara could just reset, and I don't think Sunset's gonna counter that. So that was music moment.
Lots of music moments.
Lots of music. There was a good moment of music there. And now we can talk about blogs. Hyper.
I do not have much to say.
Hyper.
This was Hyper just plugging stuff.
Hyper.
So this is
You're
his
supposed
segment.
to introduce this moment now. Or should I say this
Right.
pasta?
Paragraph pasta. We got. There's a lot of blogs, and I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have the time to read all of them. I only read this one because I was just interested. I want to.
You could have put the other blogs here just to shout them out.
Oh.
So this one is Revan versus some character that I don't know and I don't want to hear too much about because I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 and I might play Baldur's Gate 3 in the future.
Alright. Yeah, I read this one because I was interested in Revan, mostly because my brother, because that's like, he no-lifed that game into like thousands of hours of playtime across multiple systems. So I was just interested to see, and from what I know about Baldur's Gate, it's basically just like D&D, like a choose your own adventure path. And I imagine it's like a similar case where like both go down like a similar path. So like you can choose to be like basically choose to like be good at choose to be good or continue down the dark path that you were, or something like that.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah.
Is that we done?
We have a lot of stuff.
Are you gonna shout out the other blogs quickly?
Sure, yeah, I can shout out a few. There was one by Noda, aka Not a True Name. Yes, that's their full name. He's starting to make his own blogs, and I'll keep an eye out on them. His first one was Engineer versus Torbjorn. I have not read it, but I will shout him out as well.
Strong start. I have no opinion on that matchup, which does mean I don't dislike it. So.
And as for other blogs,
This is the speed of a Hyper Starman in his natural environment. Fast.
I wasn't prepared.
Yo, he wasn't prepared for the segment that he.
Who the hell is Giorno?
handling it.
Stop.
You get ahead of yourself.
Let's move into official stuffs. Where I guess I have to take this one because this one is the one that's relevant to me. So there is indeed the Transformers and Overwatch collaboration. At least a crossover. It really isn't. It amounts to a bunch, to my knowledge, is literally just some skins. I
heard there's like a comic, I think.
There's a really cool animation. I think I have heard about there being a comic. I've not really looked into this much because like you'd have to pay me to care about Overwatch, and you would be paying for a lie. Because if I wanted to care about something completely mediocre, well, I'd care about your family. So the thing with Overwatch and Transformers is I like the look of Prime. I think RC came out well. Bumblebee comes with a lot of horrific implications by the fact that he's one-eyed, which I'm not sure you would know, because you aren't. How versed are you on Transformers, and specifically IDW and Shockwave?
Me? IDW, not much.
Okay. Bumblebee, this means Bumblebee got fucked up. He got fucked up, and he did something really bad to warrant getting fucked up, probably. This means Bumblebee is like a war criminal and has had his entire identity ripped away from him. Poor guy. And I think Megatron, sure is there.
Yeah, it's just Renmaru paint.
Honestly, it don't really much look like him. But Prime came out really good, and I also quite like how RC came out. But then RC already kind of just looks like a human in a lot of her design, so like I don't know how you'd fuck that up.
Yeah. Optimus, yeah. I'm a Ryan. Ryan's my most played character, so I'm happy. But I'm not buying anything because why would I ever give?
No, I totally support not paying for this, but it looks cool, and the anime trailer is really nice.
It is so good. It is so freaking good.
Let's see some of that budget put into Earthspark, eh, guys? And marketing for it, right, Hasbro? 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 Do you want to market any of your fucking franchises? Or you want to sit there with Transformers, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Magic the Gathering, and Dungeons and Dragons in your court and still manage to fucking fail at making money? How do you do that? That is an impressive fuck up. How do you accomplish that? You got the biggest role-playing game, period. You got one of, the biggest card game, period. You got two of the biggest three of the biggest, even include G.I. Joe, honestly, toy franchises, period. And you have the biggest tokusatsu thing in the West. What are you doing? What is wrong with you?
So anyway,
this is where
speaking of marketing. Yep. Speaking of marketing, Funko Pops. They have made themselves.
Oh, that's
a
not what I
video
was
game,
expecting you to
and
go
I
straight
think-
to. But yes, Funko Pop.
They have made a video game called Funko Fusion.
Fusion.
It is basically
Funko shit.
It is basically Roblox.
I saw this at an EB
but-
Games advertisement, and I just stood there staring at the cover and going, "What is all this thing? Is that Kit from Knight Rider? Is that Ramona Flowers? What is this?"
That's Freddy Fazbear.
No, he
That's
wasn't there.
Invincible.
They
That's a dinosaur.
Invincible was there, but Freddy Fazbear, they did not want to put him on the pre-order cover, and I was very upset. I thought it would have been absolutely hysterical to see Frederick Fazbear on there.
Though I'm looking in the back. That's Voltron.
Yeah, I think he was
Okay.
there. This is going to shake up fucking Crossover
He-Man-
Kings, depending on how this goes. I'm not ready for that.
He-Man and Skeletor are also here.
Yeah, He-Man finally coming back after whatever that was on Netflix.
But
Yeah.
but anyway,
What a-
this is the first Five Nights at Freddy's crossover with something other than Scott Cawthon himself,
No, it's not.
to my knowledge,
It's the
to
second.
be in a video game.
I already explained it to you.
All right, well, you explained part of it, then your mic cut out, and then you just explained the parts where Scott Cawthon crossed over with himself.
No, I that was before I explained this. You just do not. You have small memory. You do not remember what I speak. Well, this is the second.
You have small weenus.
This is the second crossover. Because there was a Freddy Faz thing in Creepy Castle. It wasn't Freddy himself. So if you mean the first Freddy like Freddy himself, you're correct. But Chica was in Creepy Castle in 2016. Meaning it has been 8 years
anyway.
since FNAF did a crossover.
But there is a first. So
Yes, from a certain point of
Team
view, you
Fort-
are correct. And this
Alright,
other place, you
and
are
another
correct.
certain
And
point of
it's
view.
amusing.
So, in over a decade, we now finally have Team Fortress 2 content because they are coming as DLC to Funko Fusion.
That was
That's
was
so
towards
thematically
Funko.
appropriate, dude.
That was towards Funko.
That was towards TF2.
Anyways, let's talk about Sonic because I feel like Sonic is what Gumball is really thinking about, and also there's an anonymous hedgehog in the document right now, so that's thematically appropriate.
Yep. There's an anonymous hedgehog in the document that has threatening connotations.
Yes, an anonymous hedgehog.
Okay.
Would you like to go
Anyway,
forward? You are the Sonic
so-
IDW guy here.
Yep. IDW has announced that Sonic is having a mystery crossover in the mainline comics, I believe, which would be the first official crossover in Sonic canon that they're going to acknowledge. Which
Yeah,
that feels pretty big, especially when Nemesis just dropped a crossover Kings video
Please.
and now is going to have it age poorly.
seriously, please be Angry Birds. I would fucking cheer if it was Angry Birds, because that would be so devastatingly funny.
It would be. It would be so fucking funny. But Godzilla would be funnier in context to you specifically.
Yeah, in context to me specifically, I think that would be the crossover king curse. And then I'm going to expect once I do the Kratos episode that whoever comes out after that will then end up being hit by this too, and we'll get fucking Kratos versus the Predator or something. That would go stupidly hard,
Man, bro. No, imagine Sonic beats Godzilla after everything you've went through and researched.
It would be funny if he did that, but then also lost in a race against Godzilla.
Dude, losing a race to Godzilla, you're washed. You just don't even. You don't even.
Like, admittedly, at that point, it's going to become less Sonic just beat Godzilla, and more Godzilla just felt bad and took a fall. Godzilla has feelings. He would feel bad.
No,
for
Godzilla beat him in the race, but then, yeah, just lets himself get knocked down because he just.
Godzilla just like flicks his tail over, picks up the 7 Chaos Emeralds from a nearby building, tosses them to Sonic. Is like, you just have this, man. Come on, you need something, bro. I don't feel good beating up old people. Maybe you should just like take this. You clearly passed your prime, and your prime honestly wasn't even that entertaining either. It was a pretty mid show.
I like to forget that Sonic Prime happened.
Oh,
and I also like to forget. I would like to forget that Sega forced it to be canon with no justification.
Aren't you a big fan of it though?
I'm a big fan of taking down everything it stands for.
It stands for Sonic, I guess. I'm not even sure if it does.
No. Imagine hiring lore specialists because your canon is so broken, and the lore specialists send you all these guidelines to follow.
And then you just ignore them.
And then, no. Ian Flynn just flat out said we gave them all these things to follow. They fucking ignored us, dude, and we had to justify this being canon somehow. Where does this take place? Sometime after 3. Gamrel is there. That's the best I got for you.
After 3.
After Advanced 3.
That's what I thought. So yeah, I have no idea who Sonic's crossing over. A lot of people have been saying Transformers. IDW does not have the rights to Transformers anymore. That's Skybound now. That is part of, I believe, Image Comics. It is not impossible.
Another popular.
But it would be really
weird. Another popular theory is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that would be
interesting.
That would
be a fun one.
It's going to make the TMNT crossover kings a lot more fun to do. Because I already have no idea how big that one's going to be. I've not even looked into it. But God, I know that I'm going to have to watch some Next Mutation. Boy. But it is the best episode, Next Mutation. is the best part of Next Mutation. So I guess it's not that bad.
I'm still looking forward to that Ryu from Streets episode.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
Idea. I'm not rushing you. Art takes time.
I'm honestly going to be curious where Ryu's going to get, because I think with how Ryu is as a character, it's completely reasonable for him to have a lot of losses.
No, I'm expecting Ryu to be bottom tier. I know that this guy exists. So, alright.
I'm gonna say
there's this one cinematic trailer where
71%.
I will say
I'm getting the exact
based on just Sonic's episode, Ryu's already got a W. He was part of the team that helped beat Sigma.
Off the top of my head, he has lost to Kengan Asura.
Yes.
Or the main character from that. He vaporized PLE in a Fortnite trailer and then died 2 seconds later.
I don't know if either of those count as fights. I've not seen the trailer.
He killed PLE with a Hadouken.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. I know that he takes a fat L to Azura. Azura just thumps him.
Asura punches into the moon, and then grabs him by his legs and just ultra suplexes his nuts off.
I mean, hey, Ryu survived a lot of that. That's very impressive, man. But you got L'd. Are you sure you didn't pick a fight with Godzilla? Because it's hard to tell with what's left of you.
Just,
Yeah, I mean, hey,
I
Akuma didn't do much
respect
better,
it.
so.
Yeah.
And then you get Ryu just kind of sat out of the entire Darkstalkers crossover, so that's fun.
Yeah, there's multiple of those. I have to look at the entirety of Marvel vs. Capcom, but more painfully, I have to look at the story mode of Marvel Capcom Infinite, for him and Dante, and no, I was gonna say and Mega Man, but never mind. Mega Man's not there.
Do you have Ryu does not really show up in the Smash Bros. Cinematic trailers besides his own.
He's in Terry's, but he's not doing much in it. He will get his prerequisite set of
Yeah.
W's from the classic mode route, and he's got several L's as well. I know at least he takes an L to Terry. Well, when I get there, I'll get there. You know. I know people have been looking for a Marvel DC character, and like, are you fucking insane? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
People asking for Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
Have you any notion how long that will take?
More importantly, do you realize how much they're gonna fold? Batman in particular.
Batman in particular.
Okay.
I've read the first Batman Dread comic. It is horrible. He gets one shot by Dread. Dread punches him in the face, and he just goes down.
I guess his super stealth and prep time doesn't work as well.
No, super
crossover
stealth
stuff.
and prep time don't work as well when you don't prepare at all and you stand in the middle of the open.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
You know, as Batman's famous for doing.
Yeah. Anyways, let's end this off with something very
Yeah,
nice
I don't think we need to go
debate.
into anything as controversial
Mashing-
as Batman and the whole deal with his prep time and beating everyone. I think we should go into something less controversial. So we're going into matching matchups, and we're going to talk about Joker versus Giorno.
Shut up. Yeah.
I don't. You mean like DiGiorno, like the pizza?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Joker could
Yeah.
fucking devour that thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got a big smile and all. I mean, pretty sure he can just like.
Yeah, but like you can't
that
eat
up
while
in one bite.
smiling because you see when you smile, you tend to have your mouth closed. Otherwise, you're screaming. So if he just keeps smiling, he's going to just keep jamming the pizza into his teeth, and like you can get through a pizza that way, but like.
Okay, but like hypothetically, what type of pizza is it? It would it be like sticky? Would it like?
I feel like this would be like a triple meat.
Why would you
Yeah.
say that? How do you know
triple
Joker?
meat.
How do you what? You thought Joker could be a vegan?
No.
Doubt it.
Well, I mean, I feel like
if
that's profiling him.
If this was, dude, I played the game. I was in his
Now that
shoes.
said,
I
we
was
did say this was
for a
Joker
while.
versus DiGiorno pizza, and if you know your pizzas, that is a frozen pizza, so we have to assume that he's like at least microwaved it.
He like
So it's
It-
going to be a
in
floppy,
this
sloppy
fight,
mess
he-
and be disgusting.
and
Yeah.
probably a little bit painful, like against his skin. Like if it's like just out of the microwave, that's gonna hurt.
Especially if he's just jamming it into his teeth because he's smiling.
Do you think Sojiro is just looking over the corner, just like, what the fuck are you doing,
We
Akira?
are talking about different Jokers.
Well, either one is a funny mental image.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
So that was this episode of Crossover.
All right, so so
Yeah, that,
Are-
yeah.
are we actually going to
All right,
like,
this is
drop
Joker.
the bit now?
I mean, I wasn't wrong. It is Joker
Uh.
versus Giorno. Like, I'm not. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that Yeah, Hyper, you're so good at spelling. You're so good at spelling, Hyper.
It's almost like English is your first language, and like everyone else in the verse community, you don't know how to use it. Less English comprehension than the average Minecraft player. Let's go. Alright, so
fixed it.
good job. So we're talking about Joker versus Giorno. This is to be honest, this is kind of a piss take of a choice, if I'm being honest.
So the fun thing about picking matchups is that we have to pick a matchup with like franchises that all three of us are familiar with.
We could have gone straight into Byakuya versus Miles Edgeworth, but you know, when this is instead where we ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this video if you want to see more Ace Attorney fanfiction. We will provide.
I will just put in the thumbnail. He wins on top of Giorno and just see. What would be more controversial? He wins on top of Giorno or top of Joker?
Okay, so like Giorno obviously has like more anime OP hype to him, but also Persona is very popular right now. So like, I feel like
lately it's been a breakthrough in the inner circles where people will accept Shin Megami Tensei scaling for Joker.
Bullshit.
Make Giorno. Make. That's so cringe. But make it that Giorno. Make it Giorno. That he wins. There you go.
Giorno holding a DiGiorno pizza.
Yeah, we gotta have it there.
I can't believe everyone scales to the Demi Fiend now. What great storytelling.
Listen,
I always knew the Persona cards could survive the Amala labyrinth exploding around them.
Listen, I think I wish for that to be ignored completely because I feel like there is an argument for Joker to be made, but I also don't care because like it's literally just does he resist it or not? I'm like I don't know. Ask somebody else.
I thought you watched the manga for Giorno. What do you mean? You should know.
I did watch the manga of Giorno.
You should know what it does.
Okay, but I saw the panel where it's like here's the stats for GR, none. Bro, this guy's wash. What are his stats are none. But I get what it means. It's supposed to be like he has no limits or blah blah or whatever. It's vague. That's really just the reason. It's just GR is vague. That's the reason this is a whole debate in the first place.
Know anything.
Actually, know anything. Yeah.
It's funny to me because like Over Heaven or it was something else. They had to invent a stand to counter Golden Experience Requiem because Araki was like, "What the fuck? What did I make? Why did I do this?"
Like both sides of the casual audience for this sort of stuff have different opinions, but either one is that one character destroys the other. Like it's either the casual audience going, I mean, Joker killed like a god, so like he wins, or the casual audience going, Golden Experience Requiem can do anything, so he wins.
Yeah, which I mean, it's basically what it could be depending on who they side.
Well. The versus debate is also it's a rare case where both casuals and people with nothing better to do with their lives agree. It's just different depths of how much they think about these things.
So either Joker takes literally everything and Giorno has no advantages in any regard in any way, or Giorno wins because of whatever GR does.
Or Giorno has one advantage, and that one advantage is that he wins.
Yep. No, I can imagine like I know people meme the results screens, but like just imagining like he has all these advantages, but like cannot get around GR, and then Giorno has like all these disadvantages, has GR.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. Weaker, slower, less experience, less skill, less variety, plus GR.
It is absolutely not less experience. Joker hasn't even had that thing for a full year.
Your mother.
Neither has.
I'm pretty sure that Joker spent more time with his personas than Giorno has spent with Golden Experience Requiem.
Yeah.
Joker has more than like a page of experience with his shit.
All right, you know what? All right, when you say Requiem specifically, you want to know the punchline? He doesn't even have that. Giorno was unconscious. That thing did everything on its own.
Exactly. So Joker
That
absolutely has more experience here.
that is hilarious. And so he's experienced, more abilities, more versatile, better range, just better everything.
Can't win.
But
That's the minus. Can't win.
You can't bash GR.
All right. So let's talk about the debate where it matters. Um, they
Can
just
he
throw hands.
resist it?
No, no. They
Oh,
throw
I
hands.
guess
No,
you admitted it.
Joker wins.
I'll screen cap that and post it on the servers.
oh, you'll screen cap an audio thing, okay? But
He'll
no
try.
stands, no personas, just straight hands.
Joker has
Oh,
a
straight
gun
hands. He has a gun.
and a knife. Giorno's got a
Yeah.
spaghetti. That's not going to help him.
Well, the gun has no ammo in it. It
You
is
know-
just for show.
I hate to tell you this. You can kill someone with a gun with no ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct.
You know, swords don't tend to have
Um,
ammo, but that doesn't really make them less effective.
Giorno has grown up with close ties to the mafia for like most of his life.
Does he have a gun?
He has hands.
Does he have a knife?
He has hands.
So, in other words, Joker just fucking stabs him.
Hmm?
Joker just goes to a store in America, buys some bullets, and blows Giorno's brains out.
Yeah.
Also, if Giorno doesn't have his stand, he's dead. He's just dead. His soul isn't there anymore. He's just dead. He starts default setting dead.
No, that's the real debate right there. Just doesn't have
Joker
it
goes
dead.
through all this stuff to get bullets for his gun, walks up, and the guy's just been lying there, rotting on the street for the last 3 weeks while Joker was off.
The way you set it up, it just makes me think like Giorno's Gmod model just ragdolls dead.
It's just like he's just standing there in like his pose, and then fight immediately drops. Just
Half-Life death sound and MP3.
So
I was honestly thinking
Okay.
Roblox. Oof.
Yeah, no, that works too. Okay, now now I'm gonna be lame and actually throwing up the actual like arguments around it.
So
All
I
right,
mean,
so what
it's
we
really
wanna do
two questions. Question 1: what does Golden Experience Requiem do? Question 2: what does Joker do about that?
So Golden Experience Requiem does. It does.
I've not actually seen
It just
the
is.
part 5 because I had interest when I asked. I can't wait to see what they do with Giorno being Dio's son, and then I lost experience when the immediate response was about that.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It is. I can safely say you would not be interested.
You know, it is so funny to me. Jotaro is like, Koichi, I want you to investigate Dio's son. I have found Dio's son. What is he doing? Not much. All right.
He's in the
And then
mafia.
I say this as someone who really likes part 5. You will not like it. You will have the same exact grievances as a lot of other people has with it.
It's the part of the mafia, though. Surely I can
They
just
are
watch
part of the
Goodfellas
mafia.
and enjoy something good mafia related instead.
It
Why
has
not?
its,
That's
mo-
not
it
what
has its
Goodfellas is
moments,
about.
but I
why
mean,
why the mafia isn't a fucking aesthetic, a thread. I cook the pizza. Fuck
don't ask
you.
what happened to Fugo.
Who's Fugo? I didn't ask you what happened to him.
Honestly, I don't care. So there's this character like who's part of the mafia group, and he has like a really overpowered stand that's like poison based. But then like through like halfway through the part, they're like ask a question: are we gonna continue on this mission to face against the villain? And they said anyone who doesn't want to contribute, I'll leave now. And Fugu decides to like leave, and then
he was the only one, by the way.
yeah, he was the only one who left, by the way. and then they linger on that shot of him just leaving, and he walks away, and then they're like, man, I can't believe he left. Yeah, it was his choice, and never brought up again.
Yeah, I mean,
Forgotten.
well, he's. I was gonna say
He
he's
had one
fine,
fight.
but then I realized actually, given what happens in the next part, he's probably just not there anymore. He's gone.
He's just gone. Like I thought it was
Everyone.
like some Chekhov's gun or something, but no, he's just gone forever. Never come back.
I mean, that goes
Well,
for
you know-
literally every character in parts 1 to 5.
And good on him for just leaving because everyone else died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets to die off screen.
No,
he's,
Fugo,
he-
no,
he's alive.
Fugo's alive because he just decided, you know what, this is bigger than me.
What did he
Yeah, I
survive?
guess he was
Did he
right.
survive the universe reset?
I mean, like, he didn't die.
I mean, he
He's
didn't
gone.
die. He didn't die in
He
part 5
vanishes.
at
He
least.
vanishes. He's gone. He dies off screen, like Joseph.
Crazy. But
You know,
yeah.
it's really funny to me. Like, Giorno should have had the power to stop that universe reset. He just was like,
What
I
if he
accomplished my
did,
dream.
but like he was just sleeping and he was fine and nothing else was. He was like, ah shit. GER, do you want to explain what
No,
happened?
Giorno-
And GER just like shrugs. Oh no.
I don't even think he knows what GER looks like. Remember, he's only been able to activate.
Right, so he has to be if he has to
Which
be
I-
unconscious to activate it. What happens if Joker just shoots him in the head? Like he's not
Well,
conscious
he would-
anymore, technically.
Yeah.
Does GER activate after death? Oh wait, that's one of them. That's like one of the
So-
many questions about what GER does, isn't it?
Yeah.
GER activated after Giorno stabbed himself with the stand arrow.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he died.
So,
Where'd he stab himself?
well, if you stab yourself with the stand arrow, one of two things could happen. You
Okay.
can get a stand,
Yeah, I know
or
that
you
part.
could die.
Yeah, okay, I know. Clearly, the one of those happened, and it was not him dying, because he wasn't
Well,
dead.
he wasn't conscious either.
No, but you can be unconscious and alive at the same time. I do hope you are aware of
Yes.
that. That you don't just like
I have
walk around while sleeping and
I have
being awake at the same time.
wait, what? What's sleeping? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that scans. I like how I summed it up as question one is just what does GER do? As if it isn't like a lot more questions about the things it can do beyond just that. It's like, does it stop him from dying?
Yeah.
Can it do anything to Joker?
I-
Can he
Alright.
can he kill
I don't know, it's
Joker
like
with one
the
touch?
main it's mainly just like the thing about it is that it strikes. All for it to activate is it has to just strike a Joker, which is basically it. Which I mean, like, yeah, I can do in that GR void or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Imagine it goes. No, wait.
What
You
do you
say
mean
that it
GER
has to
void?
strike Joker. All right.
It's- I don't
Right.
know.
When you say it has a strike Joker, I just had the funny mental image. What if Joker has that motherfucker her reflex physical?
Yeah, and the main counter arguments I've had is just like, oh, Joker resists fate manipulation and something about this omnipotent orb, which I see the scan like 5 billion times for like over years, but now only people now are buying for some reason. I don't know. I'm just like, it's so
No,
weird to me,
I
don't
have seen
nor
I have
care.
seen if what you're talking about is what I think you're talking about. I've seen that around for a long time, and people buying it and arguing it repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again.
Then why does it need to keep getting brought up?
Because people
Like,
are
people
arguing
need
over and over and
convinced
over and
on
over and
this.
over again.
Yeah.
Like ultimately,
also-
just like, I mean, it's like, it's like, I mean, I don't have like a strong opinion because it's just always so back and forth. Because like, I want Joker to win. That's basically all it is to me. I want Joker to win, but I don't know if he does or not. That's all there is to me.
All right. So here's my thought process. Joker can equip personas that can reflect physical skills, and now Giorno has nothing to do.
My thought process is there's no way you
Because
make either the outcome seem cool, because the outcome is either this guy has everything, but this guy has this that just says no to that, which that's not a cool way to determine a winner. The other way is just, this guy has everything.
And that's it.
And that's not a cool way to determine the winner either. It just comes off as either absolute bullshit or completely unfair.
Basically. I mean, oh man, if they went with like SMTs, it still probably wouldn't be the biggest wash of all time, but it would be up there.
It would be up there at that point. I don't think Giorno has anything once you start SMTing Joker up, because then it's like, yeah, the GER works at immeasurable speed, and it's like, yeah, good for you. Joker's faster.
Aww.
And at that point, the debate stops being between Joker and Giorno and starts literally just being, where do you put Joker in stats relative to the rest of Shin Megami Tensei? That's the whole debate. Because it no longer matters what Giorno can do. Giorno is irrelevant in the debate at that point. At which it could be fucking Joker versus Yang Xiaolong from Ruby for all it matters. It wouldn't change anything. Joker could be fighting the actual Joker from DC Comics and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I like this matchup a good bit.
I do
when
like
you talk about the debate aspect of it, you can see why people are turned off.
Yeah, because it's literally just like GR and SMT. Ooh boy, fun things to talk about.
I love contractions.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think it would go hard as a matchup, though. It's one of my personal favorites. And
I want to see him shoot Giorno in the face, and then I want to see Giorno get shot in the face.
You're so obsessed with him getting shot, but the gun literally cannot. That's a gun.
Have you ever?
It is a replica.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen a Super Smash Brothers? He shoot with guns. You go shoot pew pew pew, and he blow your brains out.
He deals like 3 damage, and it's like a minor edge guarding tool.
Yeah, but like 3 damage in Smash Brothers scaling is like one-shotting JoJo's.
Bro, I can't believe Isabel solos Jujutsu Kaisen.
I can. Let's just see your city level stats do anything when Isabel comes in with a fishing rod. Exactly. There's no counter. Fishing rod the whole city. Put it on you. Oh, you got infinity between you and Isabel? Well, she's got a fishing rod. She'll just grab you through the infinity, mate.
I haven't seen a Lloyd rocket like this since the Heian era. I'm fucked.
And then he's dead.
Alright, how much can Duck Hunt off screen JJK?
Okay, what I imagine is, this is what happens. Duck Hunt takes out everyone except Gojo, and Gojo beats the crap out of Duck Hunt, and then he's like, I'm gonna win, and he's about to win, and then it goes KO, and then we get the conclusion, right, of the episode. We get them explaining why Duck Hunt won, and then after the explanation's over, it cuts back to the animation, and Gojo is just cut in half. And we just never see how that happens. And Duck Hunt's just like, roll. And then it's like, the winner is Duck Hunt.
I want to see
thematically accurate.
DB like that. No, an episode DB like that where it's just like, wait, I just imagined that with Galactus versus Unicron. Where it's like, I have won.
Explain why
Here's
he
why
didn't.
Galactus is infinite universes and Unicron isn't.
It just it's after the pun, it cuts back. Unicron's like, wait, what did you just say? And then Galactus is like, hey.
Funny.
No, Galactus is just like, those motherfuckers spoiled everything. Now the suspense is gone.
Galactus just turns into a giant flying head, just the head, mouth agape, just flies towards the camera, and Unicron's just like, ah!
I have won KO. Here's how Unicron didn't stand a chance at all.
Excuse me,
And
you want to
then
run
he's
that
like,
by me one more time? Oh no!
No, just Amuro versus Optimus. Not bad. I'm just better. KO.
No, you are not.
I need to make edits to these now. This is so much funnier.
I think it's funniest with Galactus Unicron because the way you can cut it off is so fittingly abrupt, but also the conclusion is the most one-sided in Death Battle. just cutting back. Just cutting back. Like, you don't even cut back to the killing blow. You just cut back to Galactus holding the galaxy.
Oh my god. You give me a great idea. I can't say what it is yet, but I'll say it after this session.
How much will Rena enjoy this idea?
That.
It's not long, but you gave me just a great idea.
I am a muse for others.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this is also how Joker Giorno ends, if I'm not mistaken. Joker kills Giorno, they explain why Giorno wins, then it cuts back, and Giorno's unkilled himself, and then just touches Joker, and Joker dies infinitely.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one argument for Joker, which was he resists the effects of fate manipulation. Because of this time, he got affected by fate manipulation.
Yeah.
So what happened? So what happened is that Marky just rewrote everyone's reality, and then at some point Morgana and Joker and everyone is just like, wait a second, that's not how this is supposed to go. And then Marky tries it again, and Joker's like, and he didn't say the magic word.
In other words, it worked, and it only stopped working because Joker realized that something was wrong.
Yeah.
So, in essence, it would work until Joker realizes something's wrong, and that something wrong would be the fact that he keeps dying.
Well, near-death experiences, you never actually die, just loops.
Well, that's lame.
The entire point.
That's lame as shit. So people saying that Giorno has an infinite death count, he has a 0 death count.
Correct.
That's fucking lame. Golden Experience Requiem, more like Silver Event Ronald McDonald.
That's pretty unfortunate then.
What a loser.
Anyways, this has been Crossover Catchup.
That was Crossover Catchup. Tell us who you think wins Joker versus Giorno down below, and be a civilian about it.
I will read it in particular. I don't know about these guys.
Make sure you add Gumball Viking with every comment, just to piss him off.
Please do. I will more so be mildly annoyed.
Don't actually do that though. If you actually do that, I will break into your house and send a proxy of Simon Cowell in, and you won't like that.
Not particularly.
You will go, that's fucking Simon Cowell. I don't like him, and that'll teach you.
And that's it.
Yep, this is the part where you just hard cut to the end of the video mid